Shelly peeps, back in the cosmos. It's my favorite place to be, and alive, right? That's what we want to be, alive and in the cosmos. We don't want to be out there in the outer atmosphere, just floating around without a astronaut outfit on. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well, Shelly peeps. I'm back in the building. I got some feedback from some additional peeps. And, I'm going to address that today. But first of all, I want to give a big shout out to my boys, Public Enemy. Love them. Chuck D, Flavor Flav, SW1s, S1Ws. Please don't take my New York car for that. And, of course, Terminator X. Professor Griff, too. I know he kind of made some moves, but it's all good. All respect for them. I love Public Enemy. New York Knicks tonight, along with the San Antonio Spurs. I'm coming back with my little predictions for that here in a little while. But in the meantime, I want to address Midnight Mystic is his name. He actually has some feedback for me on the videos about culture and DNA and Australopithecus. He said it a little differently, but it's Australopithecus afarensis. And I think he lost sight maybe of what I was talking about, but at the same time, he's what do you call it? A devil's advocate type, antagonistic person, which is great. We need all of those yins to balance out the yangs, etc. We need it all. So I wanted to address Mr. Mystic here in response to what he was talking to me about. And it's going to be a little longer because TikTok, Instagram, etc., they want longer content. They want more information, and I'm fine with that. I figure it could be, not more extensive, but I figure shorter content was better. But they said, no, we want more, so let's go get more. So, first of all, again, Mr. Mystic, I want to tell you thank you for even coming to Ask Shelly, the page, the podcast, and giving your feedback and taking your time to watch the video. I appreciate that. Much respect on that. Also appreciate your quest for knowledge, your quest for understanding, your quest for clarity on information, because that's what we all want. For me, I started this journey when I could open my eyes. I've been a child reader, and I was reading books and checking out mounds and mounds of books before we even had the information highway or the internet. So my knowledge is very organic, very esoteric in its base. And then I added on what we all learned through the internet. But we also learn how to decipher between what is even relevant, true, logical, rational, reasonable, as well, by already having a base of understanding about a particular subject. We also understand a lot of propaganda and a lot of information that's put on YouTube. Like I say, some people graduate from YouTube University is what I call it, or Google College. And they feel like they know information that they really don't know. They have a lot of information that's just completely false, or it's supplemental to actual true information, but somebody else put their own little twist on things, right? So, and I'm not saying what you shared is one way or another. I'm just saying in general. So I would like to say that, first of all, it sounded as if you were saying that we are not animals, that we're not mammals, or we're not related to Australopithecus afarensis, or even any type of primate. I think that's what you were saying. I don't know. But let me clarify. We are primates. We are the great apes. Our species, you and I, all right, and all the rest of the humans is walking this earth, are directly descendants ancestrally of the same type of primates, right? Chimpanzees, orangutans, gorillas, we're more closely, I think, aligned with them DNA-wise. But we are the great apes, sweetie. We are apes. We are man apes, whatever you want to call us. We're woman apes. That's what we are. We look like them. You haven't noticed the similarities with people? I mean, you got to see it. If you don't see it, you don't want to see it. The only difference we have between us, I guess, and the chimps, we have bigger brains for our size. Of course, we grow larger, and we have complex languages, and we're the tool makers. What makes us the great apes is we're the tool makers. We know how to make tools, TOOLS, which allow for our species to evolve in a way that those particular cousins of ours hadn't quite gotten to. And that's just because they're not built that way. Like we are built the way we're built for a reason. And Australopithecus afarensis is part of our ancestral line. There's also other Australopithecus in the motherland and other names and titles that scientists and anthropologists, etc., have created to tie in the life forms that have migrated around the world. But the bottom line is our species, as it is now, as we look now, evolved in the motherland and what's now a continent called Africa. And I always say what's now because it's been called so many different things, and who knows, we'll never know all the names, of course. We don't have the ability to calculate that, but we understand this to be the reason because of the soil and the way the African continent is set up on this planet. You have to understand it from a planetary standpoint. And you have to take your own personal feelings of trying to prove somebody wrong or whatever people do out of it. It's just a fact. That is the most vast, richest mineral source on this planet. It's not even comparison. There's parts of other continents that can compare in some small, similar ways, but nowhere near on a large scale. And that's just the way it is. It doesn't matter what people think. The sun rules this planet. So like I said on another video, if you have a problem with anything I'm saying, take it up with the sun, okay? Because genetics is ruled by the sun before we get to sex or nutrition or migration or weather. Okay, the sun allows for this to even happen. Okay, and I did hear on your profile you're not religious, so I don't have to get into that with you because there's no need to even talk about that. But the sun is the ruler of this planet, so that's that. Moving on to the next thing, you mentioned Albert Perry, right? Albert Perry, yes, I am familiar with him in South Carolina, etc., in the lineage scenario. But the lineage ties into Cameroon, which is also an African country, right? Capital is Yaoundé, okay? So I'm not sure where you were going with that, as saying there was some parentage outside of saying something started in America, what's now known as America. No, you got it all. It's not true. Life migrated out of all life of our species migrated out of Africa, okay? Going north into Europe and Asia, okay? What's now known as Europe and Asia. Well, Europe is on the left side, Asia is on the right, so don't get that confused. But life is all migratory, okay? But all life started there. And all Neanderthals, all that stuff. Anything and everybody started in the motherland and then it went up northward, okay? All right, and it's because of the sun. If you doubt anything, like I said, just talk to the sun. If the sun wasn't so hot, you wouldn't get all these black skin everywhere, all right? You wouldn't be warm right now. We wouldn't even be on this planet. This planet would be a rock of ice if it wasn't for the sun. Now, if it was a rock of ice, then people that have recessive genes would be the dominating group. But that's not true. That's why the sun is what it is, and that's why melanated people are the dominating group. Black on black on black. Black hair, black skin, black eyes. That's the alpha and omega of all life on this planet for our species, okay? You can argue with it, but it's a fact. All right? So, I think that's all I need to share with you for now. If you have any more questions, any other thing you want to talk to me about, I will be happy to discuss with you at any given time. You have to let me know. You can find me at Ask Shelli. Go Ask Shelli here on TikTok and Ask Shelli. YouTube, still getting my videos over there. It's taking me a little long time, but I'm going to get them over there.